Part 1, Introduction to Managing and Maintaining Fire Doors. 1. Systems for Inspecting and Managing Fire Doors. Acknowledgements and thanks. With special thanks to the Building Research Establishment Academy and the FPA. Fire doors are critical in supporting the safe evacuation of people from premises. They prevent the spread of smoke and fire and enable persons to move into a protected fire compartment towards a final place of safety within the building. 7. Background. The NHS were at the forefront of developing a standardized systems for inspecting fire doors upon which this training has been developed. The guidance underpinning the inspection approach was subsequently formalized and peer-reviewed by BRE/LPCB, London Fire Brigade, the NFCC and many others. The Healthcare Fire Door Inspection Reference Document, now known as RD1, led to a residential version, RD3, a generic, RD5, and a university and colleges, RD7, Guide to Fire Door Inspections. A healthcare working group also developed a reference document to support the inspection of fire dampers and fire stopping and cavity barriers. This has been revised for residential, RD4, accommodation, and a generic, RD6, and university and college, RD8, version. This training module supports fire door inspection document and is a key step in supporting duty holders in the inspection regime outlined in the documents. It forms a component part of a building safety management system. 9. Learning objectives. The awareness training provides a complete overview of fire doors with a focus on the inspection and maintenance of timber fire doors. The learning objectives are: a thorough understanding of the regulations, tests and standards applying to fire doors. Knowledge of the different types of fire doors and their critical components. An outline of specifications and tolerances required for achieving and maintaining fire door compliance. A clear understanding of the various inspection, repair and maintenance procedures, required levels of competence, written protocols and pass/fail criteria. How to apply this knowledge in the context of a building's fire strategy, its complexity, size, use and its various stakeholders, considering their corporate and individual responsibilities. 10. Introduction. Most of the time, a fire door is like any other door, but if a fire breaks out it performs vital and specific tasks. In the extreme it may act as a barrier, holding back the spread of fire. More commonly it will contain or limit the cold smoke a fire will generate, enabling people to safely evacuate a place of relative safety or an entire building. In extreme circumstances this will allow the fire services to enter a burning building in relative safety. Fire and smoke-resisting doors and the compartment walls in which they are contained should ensure that the majority of the building and the activities that take place there can continue shortly afterwards, or even during a fire occurring, with cost and disruption minimized. Fire doors and their fire-resisting components are familiar items of furniture, but often not entirely understood by people involved in the specification, procurement and installation process. In addition to their fire protection properties, they have to be user-friendly, durable, self-closing, and according to building regulations offer thermal insulation, security, water tightness and sound-reducing qualities. 11. Protecting vulnerable people from self-harm. In locations such as mental health care units there is also a need to protect vulnerable people from self-harm. 12. Designed, manufacture and testing. Fire doors are carefully and precisely designed, manufactured and tested in accordance with British and European standards. This can often extend beyond fire capability, as many fire doors have to also comply with other regulatory requirements such as in England and Wales meeting Part L and Part M of the building regulations. Unfortunately, many site inspections reveal that even newly installed fire doors can fall woefully short of their anticipated fire integrity and other performance requirements. This is because, unlike other fire safety building safety components such as fire alarm and sprinkler systems, they are often installed, inspected and maintained by people with no specific training or qualifications to do so. Fire doors often enter a building as part of a joinery subcontract fit-out package with little thought and attention as to how they will be thereafter managed and maintained as part of a building safety management system. Detailed specification, installation information for the building should be retained by the building's responsible persons and form part of the building's golden thread of information. Without the information, fire risk assessors and those with responsibility for managing and maintaining them will struggle to suitably evaluate and assess the fire performance standards of the doors installed within a building. Assessments will be presumptive and far below the standard required. 13. Fire-tested compatibility. Fire-tested compatibility between door leaf, ironmongery, seals and frame is crucial and is where problems with the integrity of doors often occur. Fire doors are tested and should be inspected as complete functioning assemblies, never a single door leaves in isolation. If the wrong components are introduced, for example the wrong type of intumescent seal, then the door cannot be relied upon and will not meet the as-tested standard. 14. Specified, procured, installed, managed, and maintained. In this training module we will be explaining how fire doors need to be specified, procured, installed, managed and maintained in relation to the overall life safety and the evacuation strategy of a building, with a golden thread audit trail of information, ensuring competent management and robust compliance of a critical life safety component of the building.